You broke up 2 months ago, you don't even want them back, and you still cry sometimes. Here's the part like most people miss about grief, and this has actually nothing to do with the other person. Your relationships and your past relationships are kind of like small operating system. You had like your habits, your messages, that the name that you give them, that they give you, like all of that is a small operating system. But this is not fake. This is just something that does not exist anymore. When people say that they lose themselves in a relationship, this is actually true. And when they say that they lose the person that they were in this relationship, that's also true. Both can be the same person 6 months apart. So there is a small test that you can do to see if you're actually grieving them or not. So let's imagine they text you back right now, like at this very moment, they text you back and ask you to go back together. If the relief that you feel is not really relief, then the grief was not actually about them, but more about you. What you miss is the version of you that you were during this relationship, like the version of you that was, I don't know, like happy, funny, that was like accepted by that person, the things that you were doing during that relationship. This is what you miss. But this aren't you. This is just a reflection of you through that relationship. This is why sometimes getting back with your ex is actually kind of working, because it brings you back to a state that you wanted to go back to. It's bringing you back to the you that you were missing, like the person that you were with that person during that relationship that you were missing. And getting back together is kind of like, oh, I'm getting back that person. But then you have to ask yourself, did I get back that person because of them or because of who I was when I was with them? So how to actually grieve that part of you with that relationship? So the first thing is to actually name that version of yourself, like to say it out loud, like during this relationship, I was this kind of person. This is the kind of thing I was doing. This was me during that relationship. When you put a word on it, select the part that you actually want to keep. Like, I don't know, you were like, oh, I was like super funny with that person. And then with those things that you want to keep, see how you can actually keep them, because this is part of you, but on like other types of relationship, like not necessarily a romantic relationship, but with some friendship, with like relationship with your family, your coworkers, like whatever, but how you can actually make this part of you being able to live without that person, without the relationship context with that person. Then there is also something that you have to be aware of, is that the part of you that were existing just because this person was there. So this is not necessarily something you want to keep, but it's just that the part of you that existed because that person was looking at you, that person was with you. Those kind of things, you don't necessarily want to keep them because they're hardly tied to that person. Those things should actually not survive. So they're not a loss, that's a release. You leave them with the person and the relationship that was ended. So this is the best way to do your grief of that relationship. At the end, when a relationship finish, of course the other person is leaving and you're getting your own way too. But what you're missing should not be who you were with them, because again, who you were with them is just a part of you that you can bring back in other relationship. And some part of you being with them should stay there because they're linked to that relationship, and this is where you want them to stay. Once you have done this word of grief and put back that relationship completely in your past, you will be able to let go and to go into your next relationship or just focusing on yourself. If this video was somehow helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I'll see you soon for another video, and until then, take care and drink your water.